Welcome to another Through the Bible. This is Proverbs chapter 10. We're doing basically there's 31 books in the book of Proverbs, and you can do, there's 31 days in the month of January. And in a normal month, there's 28 to 30, so you can do a chapter a day. And then be just kind of soaking up the wisdom. Proverbs chapter 10. The Proverbs of Solomon. Now, I don't know if you've ever done the backdrop story of Solomon, but what it was is God said, what do you want from me? Ask and I'll give it to you. And basically Solomon said, I don't want riches, I don't want power. He said, just give me the wisdom I need to direct, guide your people, to rule your people. And God said, wow, because you didn't ask for riches or power, I'm going to give you all that because you asked for wisdom, and I'm going to give you wisdom. And God gave him wisdom. And then he wrote the book of Proverbs. He had the Queen of Sheba travel a long way to meet him. He decreed a lot of wise judgments. But later on in his life, he married foreign women in order to create trade with all these different nations and peace around him. But he ended up worshiping their gods. So basically, it's better to have a faithful heart than wisdom, because he had the wisdom, but his heart turned away from God. And so he ruled there was 12 tribes that he ruled over, the 12 districts or whatever. And he ended up, 2 of them were left to him and the other 10 were ripped away because he turned away from God in the end. But it's interesting. He asked for wisdom and God gave it to him. And in the book of James, it's written, if any man lacks wisdom, let him ask of God, and God will give to all men liberally. All right, Proverbs chapter 10, verse 1. The Proverbs of Solomon. A wise child brings joy to a father. A foolish child brings grief to a mother. Tainted wealth has no lasting value, but right living can save your life. And there it is again. It keeps coming up in the book of Proverbs that doing what's right leads to longevity. The Lord will not let the godly go hungry, but refuses to satisfy the craving of the wicked. Lazy people are soon poor. Hard workers get rich. There it is again. There's these themes in Proverbs. Laziness leading to poverty. Hard work leading to riches. A wise youth harvests in summer, but one who sleeps during harvest is disgraced. The godly are showered with blessings. The words of the wicked conceal violent intentions. We have happy memories of the godly, but the name of the wicked person rots away. The wise are glad to be instructed, but babbling fools fall flat on their faces. People with integrity walk safely, but those who follow crooked paths will be exposed. People who wink at wrong cause trouble, but a bold reproof promotes peace. The words of the godly are life-giving fountain. The words of the wicked conceal violent intentions. And here we are with the antithetical proverb, meaning the second line in the verse is opposite of the first to make a statement. Hatred stirs up quarrels, but love covers all offenses. And in the end, that's what we crave, is God's love, to just cover all of our sins and all of our offenses and just saturate us with his peace and his mercy. Wise words come from the lips of people with understanding, but those lacking sense will be beaten with a rod. Wise people treasure knowledge, but the babbling of a fool invites disaster. The wealth of the rich is their fortress. The poverty of the poor is their destruction. The earnings of the godly enhance their lives, but evil people squander their money on sin. People who accept discipline are on the pathway to life, but those who ignore correction will go astray. Hiding hatred makes you a liar. Slandering others makes you a fool. That's another thing that is found in Proverbs over and over, is it's against slander. It's against gossip. Too much talk leads to sin. Be sensible and keep your mouth shut. The words of the godly are like sterling silver. The heart of a fool is worthless. The words of the godly encourage many, but fools are destroyed by their lack of common sense. The blessing of the Lord makes a person rich, and he adds no sorrow to it. Isn't that a great thing? The blessing of God makes you rich and adds no sorrow with it. Doing wrong is fun for a fool, but living wisely brings pleasure to the sensible. The fear of the wicked will be fulfilled, the hopes of the godly granted. When the storms of life come, the wicked are whirled away, but the godly have a lasting foundation. So here we keep seeing God taking care of the godly in these two verses. Lazy people irritate their employers like vinegar to the teeth and smoke in the eyes. Fear of the Lord lengthens one's life, but the years of the wicked are cut short. The hope of the godly results in happiness, but the expectations of the wicked come to nothing. The way of the Lord is a stronghold to those with integrity, but it destroys the wicked. Okay, buddy. The godly will never be disturbed, but the wicked will be removed from the land. The mouth of the godly person gives wise advice, but the tongue that deceives will be cut off. The lips of the godly speak helpful words, but the mouth of the wicked speaks perverse words. Okay, to recap, Proverbs chapter 10, some things that really stood out. Tainted wealth has no lasting value, but right living can save your life. Lazy people are soon poor. Hard workers get rich. Whoever walks with integrity walks safely. Basically, and once again, we see that God does not like at all talebearers and gossipers. All right, well, may God be our stronghold in all the storms of life. And the other theme was how good godliness is. Verse 24, the fears of the wicked will be fulfilled, the hopes of the godly granted. When the storms of life come, the wicked are whirled away, but the godly has a lasting foundation. So it just encourages godliness overall. All right, thank you for tuning in to Proverbs 10.